Hey guys, we are now live. We are now live. Let me make sure that my volume is up, even though my voice is already loud. Respectfully speaking, I think I owed it to you. I try to make it plain and simple that I did not want to discuss because I have a child, a son in particular. He's not in a cult and he doesn't follow behind Nature Boy, but I am a mother, and it touched home what happened with Loyal, because it could happen to anybody's child, even though we act like it can't. We don't know what our children are following, and what ideas are in their head, and who's planting seeds. But I had a few people, and I have one person that I talked to offline who said, you kind of sort of, owe it to your audience. You ain't really been consistent. People just want to hear your opinion. You don't have to do a conspiracy theory or um anything like that. But I found out some things, and I mean, all you got to do is really like read. Sometimes people skim through articles and things that are going on, like what the facts are currently, and then they just run with it instead of just reading and listening to what is going on for you to figure out what happened. I kind of took offense when I heard somebody say in my comment section, "Oh, it was a homicide." And I felt like, here we go with the rumors. Somebody said he got burnt in fire and it was a drug house, and we don't know what it is. But one thing I'm gonna share with you guys that I think, in my opinion, from what I know, going forth, is that he was already dead. Loyal was already dead in that house. Now, before I get into that, Pisces, I'm very disappointed in him. My fault, guys. My speaker thing came out. Pisces, I'm very disappointed in him because it took something that triggered him or intrigued him for us to see the true Pisces. We're starting to see the true, every carbonation member, ex carbonation members, the good and the bad, the ugly. There's been a few that left and have done positive things. You see where their heart's at. Then we have ones, which is the mass majority, that are demons. They were not victims to begin with when they went over to carbonation, because they were just like Nature Boy. They just was dealing with someone who was bigger and badder, and they couldn't run over like they probably was doing in Babylon with their parents, sisters and brothers, associates, friends, whatever. And they met their match because they went over there messing with Nature Boy, like Shaka said, and he gave them the business, and he made them worse off than they was already. Now, one thing I'm gonna say, I'm very disappointed in Pisces, because I don't care what type of stance Loyal had in the community, behind closed doors or in the public. Behind closed doors, Pisces is making him out to be a demon. I do believe, in my opinion, that Pisces is not lying when he said he was very arrogant, and people have told him a couple of times, you need to slow your roll. You're gonna mess around and catch a bad one. I know people in my real life that I tell this to, and I'm talking about all ages, because it's I always say the world's coming to an end because it's all ages. You get people from older than me to younger than me, and they try to be something that they're not, and they don't understand you gonna mess around and catch a bad one. So when Pisces was talking about, even though he was trying to cash in on the donations, I honestly do believe that he was told, stop being cocky. Stop saying stuff that you're saying out your mouth, because somebody's going to take it the wrong way and you're going to catch a bad one. He was the only one in that house when that fire started. Somebody started that fire. Somebody started that fire. Now I'm gonna let you listen to the video. I guess that was the police commissioner or whatever. I could read the article, but I can put the article also in the comment section of the video or in the description of the video. I'm not doing all that. It's a short article. We're all grown, and I'm not sitting up here breaking it down to you because I read the article. And if you can't take my word for it, then I'll show you where to find it. From what I read, when they came to that house, Amar or whatever how you pronounce his name, y'all know I be tearing up names. Yeah, I'm going straight in. So if y'all miss it, I'm not gonna repeat it. Amar or whatever his name is, aka I'm gonna say Loyal. What was suspicious, and they immediately marked it as a homicide, was that they found a body in the house. But if you look at the house didn't get burnt down. Somebody started a fire. And also what was suspicious, there was fires in different places of the house. Like somebody obviously is not a fire starter, but they were trying to get rid of the evidence. But they probably ain't no arsonist. So they were trying to get rid of the evidence, but they obviously wasn't successful in starting the fire and burning that house down. But I'm gonna tell you something. This is my opinion. But from what I read and from what I don't know if he's a police commissioner or whatever he is, but from what I read and from what I heard from this man in this news clip, it was foul play, and Loyal was already dead, and they were just trying to get rid of him. So it's a homicide. Somebody murdered him. And I'm going to stick with that. That's my opinion. I want to keep saying my opinion. In my opinion, somebody murdered him. He was already dead before that fire started. He didn't die in no fire because, number one, the house didn't burn down, and you didn't hear no stories of that he got burnt in no fire and that was the cause of death because he got burnt in the fire or suffocated. No, he was already dead. They were saying he had traumas to the body prior to the fire probably starting. It was already trauma. That means from how they're making it seem, whatever happened before the fire started, somebody was trying to cover up what they did to him. But I'm gonna say this to you, and I hope Pisces is listening too. I don't care I don't care if 50 people sat with Loyal. I'm gonna talk like it would be my own child. I don't care what my child might act like or say. Don't nobody deserve to be unalived. If you can't make it with somebody, you keep it moving. But to take somebody's life out this world, it's not cool. It's not cool. And I hope they find who did it, and I know they will, because whoever did it was messy. They couldn't even burn the house down. The house didn't even burn down. If you look at the house, don't even look like it was a fire happened. So whoever did that, trust and believe, they're scared. Oh, and trust and believe, I'll be giving you an update of who they found. It says Peace, Balance, and Wellness SL, all on live. I'm in the. Hey, Michelle Clocks. Hey, what's up, sis? Okay, let's get these. I know, get the likes up. Hey, Mini Boss. Period, Pooh. Yeah, man. When I heard that, I really didn't want to even take it on. My opinion. But when I read that article, it just gave me chills. I said, when I read it, anyone that can read can already know Loyal was already dead in that house in one of them rooms before that fire started. And I'm going to let you listen to what the dude said. And I'm also going to put the article down because I dare anybody to challenge me on my opinion that Loyal was already dead. Somebody did something to him in that house, and they were trying to get rid of the evidence. and they tried to burn the house down. And what's so scary is they thought they was gonna burn that house down, so they wasn't cleaning up behind themselves. So it's got all kind of evidence on their body, DNA around the body, footprints, fingerprints. It is so sad because, like I said yesterday, boy didn't even get a chance to change his life around. Because I really believe, everybody has their moments of when they want to say, I'm tired, enough's enough. And I've been through traumas. I was in a cult. I need to get help. My mental state is all messed up. And I really think that he didn't even get a chance to say that I'm tired. He was still trying to be a follower. And instead of him just learning his lesson from being with Natureboy, he went somewhere else. And he said something. And they probably, he's on social media. He probably think, he think he's a superstar like all the rest of them. The F list stars, they're not A list, but they think they're A list stars. And he caught a bad one. You can't, everybody, listen, I don't promote violence. I don't promote anybody unaliving anybody. But some people you just can't be just, like thinking you're going to just say anything to them. Because some people don't have nothing to live for. And they'll really bring it to you. And it's really sad that, he didn't have enough sense to see things for what it was and learn from those mistakes. And because he'll still be here. You would think that, like me, I've been through things in my life, but see, that only made me stronger and wiser. You don't go through things in your life just to keep making mistakes and learning from them. Keep making mistakes and learning from them. You make mistakes a couple of times in your life, all through your life. You learn from them and you keep it moving. Cause you might make too many mistakes and you might not get lucky. And he didn't, and Loyal didn't get lucky. I hope justice is served. Yeah, it definitely, mini boss, it will be served. Cause whoever tried to attempt to burn that house down with the body already dead in that house is all kind of, trust me, they were better off cleaning up the evidence. Nah, they was doing it the lazy way. Too busy looking at those murder shows or another 48 hours. Yeah, people got to stop looking at them shows. They put them shows out there for a reason. They don't tell you everything that a criminal does or a serial killer does. And, when they have these like shows that they put on TV giving people ideas, sick people ideas. They don't tell you everything. It's a setup. It's a setup. And people fall for it. But whoever did what they did to them, they gonna catch it. Natureboy really messed them up. Yeah, he messed them up. And I kept trying to tell y'all, when Natureboy went to jail, people saying, why you keep talking about Natureboy? He gone now, he's locked up. Nah, that was just the beginning. Everything that's going on right now is more interesting, intriguing, scary, eerie, questionable, more than when Natureboy was out. Because look at what just happened to Loyal. That's questionable. That's scary. That's eerie. That's what? I want to know more about what happened. And I told you, just because Natureboy gone, he didn't mess. That man has made a negative impact in the Black community. He's a nightmare. He's like a Charles Manson. And he's put so much content out here. It's going to be virtually impossible to delete it all. And to delete it from your mind, because that's one thing YouTube can never control. YouTube can't control human behavior, so they can't erase from your mind what you saw on their platforms or Instagram or Big or whatever. You have to find it in your own heart to say, I have to move on from this Natureboy stuff and what he did to these people, because that man's a demon. You have to do that. Only thing that the social media platforms can do to try to help soften the blow so that history don't repeat itself, or these people's kids, that ones that had kids, don't see it when they grow up, and then the kids making fun of them, or say your mother was in a cult and your mother was getting this done to her, getting, you know what I'm saying, all this stuff done to her, is they can erase it off the social media. They have the power to do that, but they don't have the power to change human behavior. They don't have the power to change what we remember or saw with our own two eyes that that man was allowed to do to these people on social media. And it's sad. Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all come in. Yeah, he is locked up and will be for a long time. Yeah, hopefully, from what they're saying, he's gonna walk because they already got time out of him. And nobody's, everybody, Janine's about to have her baby, aka Neytiri, and what I'm saying, like, I don't care what nobody said. People say they didn't need the witness. I don't believe in that and stuff. I believe they've been looking behind the scenes to see people's behaviors, what's going on, what's being said in the present time, how people are moving. They seen Velvet with the op, which was Solar, Sassy Solar. Now she pregnant by that system, the court system, FBI, CIA, whoever been looking at these people, they know that they're messed up in the head. So in a way, sometimes the system don't take that stuff serious. I have somebody right now, their son is in court, and they were in the courthouse on break, and the lawyer who's supposed to be helping his son with mental health, a friend of mine, his son has mental health, he's schizophrenic. He caught the lawyer that's supposed to be representing his son for mental health, saying that he's cuckoo, he's crazy, he's out of touch with reality. He was talking to his colleagues in the hallway, his lawyer, paid lawyer. So I'm telling you, when people see that you got this mental health issues, you doing abnormal stuff, things that people wouldn't do. If you say that this is happening to you, who goes and gets pregnant by the ARC, which is Sassy Solar? Where do they do that at? Carbonation. So, it's kind of sort of like, was you guys trying to mess the case up? Like, in a way, it's like you wanted to get Nature Boy back, but because you're so brainwashed, you feel bad because your mind's that messed up. I don't get it. Don't want to get it. I'm not trying to dig too deep in it, because yeah, that can mess you up too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and we only know a percentage of everyone that is on social media, whether they're a social media influencer or the person we're talking about. We only know a smidget of their life. People think, even these people that are on here for 5 and 6 hours, you think that you know what these people life's all about. They only tell you what they want you to know. And that's it. If they're doing commentary on other people, they ain't got time to talk about their life, or the dirt that's going on in their life, or how their life is just as bad as carbonations. Nobody's gonna sit there and admit that. And you know what? They don't have to, because the number one, we never asked any of the carbonation members to tell us about their life. They're the ones that decided to come on there and do their own reality show. Nobody made them. They wasn't obligated. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta look at everything. I would love to hear what nature nuts. You said I would love to hear what nature. Shy. That's why I said I didn't really want to make no assumptions. Yesterday I could have gotten my feelings. The day that I found out that Loyal, because everybody said he got burnt in the fire. Loyal didn't get burnt in no fire. Loyal was already dead. They found a fire was started in the house. He was not burnt in no fire. I'm sorry. So whoever's saying he got burnt in the fire, that's not true. I mean, I understand, I get it, you put it in the title and it's gonna bring views. Oh, Loyal got burnt in the fire. No, that's not what happened. And it's so sad. I'm really disappointed in Pisces because he showed us that he ain't no better than the rest of them. I thought he was quiet. He was, going back to who he really was, which was probably calm, cool, and collective and to himself. Soon as somebody that he probably deep in his heart didn't really like over in carbonation, something bad happened to him. He talking about, you gotta pay me. Why does somebody gotta pay you to tell us what you, because birds of a feather flock together. If you know something that happened to that boy, foul play, which he, nobody had to pay. Anyone that paid a Pisces anything, I hate to say it, no disrespect, but you played yourself. Because if you read that short article, you would have knew that Lawyer was already dead before the fire started. He didn't get burnt in no fire. People, oh, he got burnt in the fire. You better go read that article again, and I'll attach it, the link to it up at the top of my description when I get off this live. I ain't in a rush to do it. It's a short article, and it's so sad because it's not like it's a 5 paragraph article. It's a small article, and it clearly tells you homicide. They didn't even waste their time when they went into that house. They knew homicide, and whoever did it is not a professional. They're a wankster, not a gangster. Whoever did it was probably around his age, maybe older. Who knows? Because it'd be guys older than Loyal, and they're just stupid. Their mind is just not right. Their minds are just like these youngins. But whoever did that, he triggered them. I don't know, because I mean, setups can be sloppy too, and you attempt to try to burn the house down because you killed somebody, and you now you want to get rid of the evidence. But I don't believe it was set up. I believe that he was in there, like Pisces said. He said something to offend somebody, and yeah, he was the only one found in the house. 10 a.m. in the morning, a fire starts, and they said there was a fire in parts of the house. The whole house wasn't on fire, so it wasn't like he couldn't get out. He was already dead. Boy was already, he couldn't get out because he was unalived. He was gone. He's already gone. I cried. He was young and yeah, misled. Yep. Uh, that's okay. You don't have to be sorry, Carla. Pisces was tweaking. Yeah, something was going on with him. Yeah, that was kind of messed up because I was kind of disappointed in him. I said that's kind of messed up, man. You ain't gonna have no good days for that, man. You just turned into a demon, And I used to feel bad for him because he was one of those members that came over to Carbonation with no money, and Nature Boy used to put it out there that he was taking care of him. Pisces didn't come over there with no money. So that's why he was the last one to eat. Oh, they're saying Jaguar Wright's free at last. Ooh, child, let me see about this. Yeah, they show a picture of her. We gonna see in a minute. And stuff. Ooh, it don't make no sense. I hate to say it, cause she gonna be back in there, cause she gonna be doing the same thing. She like Nature Boy ain't gonna learn the lesson. Yeah, that's a bad hit. I might have to pull up this video. I'm sorry for the sniffling, but I have bad allergies. I'm trying to look for her channel. But yeah, man, if she's out, ooh, child. People that been dragging her name and wishing bad on her, instead of letting her do her little thing. It says Jaguar Wright, Goomba Live, Legina Gold, DG. Messi says These people here crazy. Look like Goomba back with old girl. I can't even think of her name. That's how unimportant these people are. But yeah, foul play. And now I see why they said homicide. I said, well, how could they just say homicide like that? Yep, I read that short little article. That short little article. And I said, wow. Yeah, he's already found dead in the house. He was dead in the house, and whoever did that to him, did it to him, left, and he was already dead, and they were trying to get rid of the evidence. Yeah, homicide. He got killed. Somebody killed him. They unalived him. I'm sorry. Let me not. Oh Lord, because you got to be careful what you say up here. Unalived him. All right. Let me see. Let me see if they got this video off for her. Because I know if she is out, she gonna keep that video up to let everybody know she out. I don't see it, so let me anyways. It says Jaguar act like she doesn't like being free. But listen, I'm gonna play the news article real quick. And so for the non-believers, I also put the article when I get off alive. I'm not in a rush. I'm definitely not gonna be in a rush today because yesterday I dropped juice on my new carpet, honey, and I was too through myself. You know, I just moved, and I know I was trying to get the spot that I'm gonna my office. You know, the reception's not really good in here, but I'm gonna have to deal with the cable company with that. But hunty, after I dropped that juice, I was no good after that. But I was already on here about an hour anyways. Y'all know I ain't only good for about an hour. So anyways, listen to this, and then we're going to be done with it.
For reported structure fire. Upon arrival, we did have flames and smoke visible. Crews did a fast.
Hold on for 1 second, because I think this is kind of too loud. Hold on. I think it's kind of too loud. I don't know if y'all can hear it this loud. So let's try it here.
Attack went into fast attack mode and extinguished this fire quite rapidly, but they did find a couple areas that were on fire, and subsequently during the search of the building they discovered a body. We deemed the fire suspicious at this time, so now the investigation has taken us down that road, and we've turned it over to Durham Regional Police and the Ontario Fire Marshal. Right now, I can't tell you anything. That there was one fatality here. As you can see, Durham Regional Police now and the Ontario Fire Marshal have taken over the investigation. Our services will be assisting them with the investigation, and we'll be leaving it with them right now.
So I want to let me see. There's one part of the article I want to show you, just because I'm not, like I said, y'all can look for this up for yourself because we're grown people and y'all don't need me to be sitting
the McDonald's
there.
breakfast
Hold
bagel
on,
sandwich.
because I ain't getting no copyright. Hold on for a second. Actually, I might not even do it because I ain't all this McDonald's stuff. I ain't putting up no McDonald's videos, and because that popped up. And let me make sure, yeah, because I ain't got time for it. I ain't think about a McDonald's. I ain't promoting McDonald's. None of that. I'm trying to see. Oh, here it is. It says Amar. Don't ask me how to pronounce his last name because you know I be tearing up names. 22. He, is the 5th victim of homicide in Durham Union in 2023. Homicide. Look it up. Because there's people that will sit there and act like they don't know what I'm talking about. Look it up. Because I ain't got time to play with you. And if you get on my comment section, because this is the new year, and as you know, as time has went on over the 7 years, I block people. I'm part of the block a whole tribe. So you get on there talking about, it ain't wasn't no homicide. You better look it up. I'm gonna put the article at the top of the description box of my video when I get done. But Pisces, you need to be ashamed of yourself. But we're gonna get into you a little bit later. We're gonna get into you a little bit later. I want to see about this Jaguar thing. Let me see if I can find it. Jaguar's free. So let me see, because I'm not gonna have her up on here either. She get the cussing, we gonna get the exiting. Cause she's not gonna be sitting up there on my live acting a fool and stuff. She can do it on her own live and stuff. Cause you already see, y'all should respect anyways when she's acting up. Why I don't want to keep her on there. Because she look at what she's going to jail. She's supposed to be sending other people to jail, but she's going. Hold on. Oh Lord. I don't know who that. I thought that was Jaguar Wright in the thumbnail. But anyways, they're saying Jaguar Wright is free. And I believe it. I'm not saying it's a lie. But I'm trying to look on, maybe it's on her Instagram page. Let me go on there. She might be on Instagram. But yeah, she'll pop up. I see some channel holders that are cool with her, that are reporting right now on the situation. So yeah, I'll be able to fill y'all in. But she's either on here, Instagram, which I'm gonna look now, or well, she ain't on YouTube. So I don't know. Maybe she went on one of her friends' page. And it says, all right, no, that's not it. So let me see if I can look somewhere else. I'm gonna look around, but I don't be doing too much. It says Jaguar Wright confession over the next court date. Quick live upcoming. Somebody put Jaguar Wright free at last. So I don't know if they're doing that for exclusive Jaguar Wright bond info. That was one day ago. Confident. Yeah, I think this, but I could be wrong, but it says unmasked. Yeah, I could be wrong, but it says yeah, I could be wrong, but this person here could. I'm not gonna even put that person's name out, channel holder's name out, because there be channel holders that will do something for a click of the view, not knowing you're gonna mess around and get a bad hit, because you're gonna have people not wanting to even come to your videos. You sitting up there doing that clickbait stuff, talking about Jaguar Wright's free, but she might be, because this channel holder here was very involved, talking about she sent the bill money and talked to her on the phone and yada 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 yada, and so who knows, maybe she is out. Jaguar, it says exclusive Sean of, it says official King Payne bail Jaguar out of jail without burnt. Oh yeah, I guess now I can believe Sean Davy way. I don't want to. I don't listen. I don't disrespect people's lives. He's live right now. Hold on one second. I'm sorry, guys. I got allergies, so honey, I had to sit there and blow the nose. Oh, so no, I'm gonna let you. Oh, well, I'm not gonna. Out of respect, because somebody did it to me one time when I was live in my live, and I don't think that's cool. And I feel like and didn't even give me credit for it. So it's not right for me. I know it's an exclusive Sean Davy Way and official King Payne bail Jag out of jail without burnt gap help. Okay, so yeah, I guess she's out, because I mean, why would he? They're all cool with her. And then let me see, Jaguar Wright then bailed out. Should my sister buy my ticket to see Beyonce? So let me see what shout out to a AT2, because I like him. I'm probably not saying it right, but I do get information from him when it comes to Jaguar Wright situation. So let me go over here real quick and see what's going on here. I know we went from loyal to to Jaguar, but this is breaking news to me.
Go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax.
So shout out to AT2, and I act like I can't talk today. So I want to hear what he has to say. I'm not gonna play his whole video out of respect. You know, you shouldn't do that, and if you do, you're supposed to at least do some commentary to it. Which I ain't got a problem with it because I always got an opinion, and I'm a commentary channel. But I want to see what he has to say. Sean Wavy, he's live right now, and I'm not gonna live stream him while he's live because that's disrespectful, I think. So I will definitely update you guys, or y'all can go to his channel as well and find out what's going on. But from what the title said, him and what's his name? Oh, hold on. I'm so busy talking. Hold on. Him and what's his name? King Payne bailed her out. So I don't know what truth it is. I'm not gonna get the lying. But that's what he said. So let's listen to this.
Oh, this is open for the public, but it's members only chat. I will open it up at the end, but I kind of wanted to give the people a sample of why they should join the membership because I do frequent lives. You know, a lot of people charge you a membership and they don't be doing no goddamn lives. But I do specific lives for y'all. Keep saying she can get bailed out. Okay, thank you for coming. So let's go ahead. Oh, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you already have it. What's up, Kayla? Hola. Right, Vegas definitely will. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on with the show. So I want to start out with this Jaguar Wright thing, right? Let's just go ahead and squash this.
They're saying she's out.
I know everybody and their mama. What's up, Southern Belle? Everybody and their mama is going live talking about Jag and whether or not she can get bail or not bail. I think at this point I'm over it. And this is why I'm over it. What's up, Cammy? And I think Cammy is over it too. Me and Cammy are over it because at this point, y'all keep saying she can get bailed out. Okay, she can post bail. Somebody can get her out. Who's getting her out? At this point, we talking about
Sean
semantics.
And,
you know, saying, "Oh, she can get out. She can get out. She can't. She can't. She can. She can't." At this point, if you say that she can, bail her out. You know, what y'all waiting for? Bail out Jaguar. If Jaguar,
I don't think that I'm going with Sean Davy Way. I don't think that AT2 knows that Jaguar Wright was bailed out, but I do believe she did get bailed out. And I do believe those two people bailed her out. It says it in his title. I don't believe that he would lie. There's no reason for him to lie. They're respectable channel holders. And there's no reason for them to lie for clicks and views. People come to the channel because they're very entertaining and informative, So I think that maybe this is like an older video. It happened around the same time she got bailed out, but he probably has an updated video, which I will go look on AT2's channel and check it out. But I think that he might have an up-to-date video of, in fact, that she did get bailed out. I'm gonna give him credit for that. Well, it said 2 hours ago, so he might not know that she got bailed out. If allegedly she got bailed out, I believe she got bailed out. Because I just Sean Davy Way, I give him credit. I don't really see him lying about something like that, especially not with Jaguar Wright. And he's been really helpful with her family, her son, allowing him to get onto the platform and speak his piece. Real supportive. And so I do believe that perhaps maybe they did pitch in, between the two of them and bailed her out. And if they did, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You call somebody your friend, you need to act like a friend, right? So, I think that's a good thing. I just hope that if she did get out, she starts acting like she got some sense, because only she keeps talking about she gonna lock people up, and only one getting locked up into mental institutions and jails is her. And something's wrong with that. Something to me is really wrong with that, when you are the only one getting locked up in this whole deal. So, I can show you right here where it says, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I can show you right here. Hold on one second. Oh yeah, you see it right here. Unless I read it wrong, it says exclusive. Sean Davy Way and official Kingpin Bill Jag out of jail without burnt gap help. And yeah, that's what he's saying. And I don't think he's lying. I know y'all see it. And I'm letting you see it so that nobody can say, where'd you get this information? We need the receipts. Now, we don't need no receipts over here, because I'm just reading the title of one of her friends that are commentators. And I'm just saying that their credibility has always to me been solid. And I can't see them lying on the fact that they bailed her out or not. Foul play is giving international. Yeah. And we're gonna get back onto Loyal, because I'm very disappointed in Pisces. He's another one I'm jumping on now. And I'm gonna show you. Well, I'm about to pull up his I'm not gonna really let him get no airtime, because I try to give him a little bit of respect, proud of the fact that, he came out, came clean, and, spoke his piece, and he wasn't scared. And it didn't seem like he was beating around the bush and trying to keep, information for another day, trying to, have you dangling from a string for the next piece of information. But, the stuff he's doing now, like laughing about the unalive of Loyal. Even if you didn't like him, this boy is unalive. Somebody took him out of this world. And whether you liked him or not, whether he thought he was a bad A or whatever, you ain't got no right to sit there and act like you celebrating. I hope she's better mentally, for real. I hope so too, Carla. Ooh, child. It seems like every time I come back, well, right now I'm settled. And so I done moved, honey. All that moving stuff's over with. I'm in my new place. I'm all spilling juice on my carpet in my new place for y'all. The first day I come back on here, I'm all excited and trying to make sure y'all can hear me. And I put the juice on my carpet for a minute, the cup, and knocked it over. Ooh, child. Good thing it was an hour that was already in, because, honey, I wouldn't have been no good to y'all, because I had to get off the phone to clean that up. But yeah, I hope that Jaguar Wright's mental stability is where it needs to be, because she I think this has been the longest she's been in there so far. Usually it only be like a 72-hour hold. But Pisces, man, that's why I was saying yesterday, people that was on the live, I said some of these men are worse than females and stuff, because you only females have behaviors like that. Only females celebrate if they're jealous of a chick and they hear a tragedy happens to them. They might be happy about it. It might say something cruel. But men are just getting worse than women. And it's really sad. It is really sad. Because he act like he was celebrating. And I said to myself, you ain't gonna have no good days, bro. And they talking about if you want to hear what happened. But one thing I can tell you is many people sat with him and told him to stop what he was doing. You can get unalived too. You know, because he got loved ones too. Somebody might get offended by seeing you online trying to get cash apps or chime apps. I mean, chime cash, whatever it's called, chime, whatever. And they might try to unalive you. If somebody comes see you, I don't think you have that same energy. Because you didn't have that energy when you was over there with Natureboy. You was the last of the Mohegans to even eat a meal. Because you didn't even come over there with no money. So he treated you like an animal. And you were definitely one of his servants. But like people like switch up. And the true the true person comes out in people. And it's sad that Loyal got unalived and he's celebrating it, wanting to get cash apps and super chats and all this other crap, chime charges and all this other stuff, money, off of somebody being unalived that was supposed to be a family member at the time, allegedly, in combination. You would unalive somebody for that person. Now you ready to get charged to tell what happened. Thank you, Carla. Thank you. Thank you so much. But it's just a really sad situation and stuff, and I mean, if y'all can't see that, Natureboy messed these people up, then I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, these people are messed up in the game. And some of them, I believe, to no return. I thought Pisces was, heading somewhere. But yeah, when he celebrated, I ain't never seen nobody celebrate somebody being unalived. But when he celebrated the unalive of Loyal and made it seem like that was on him, that's good for him, that was on him, I said to myself, yeah, Natureboy messed them people up. Them people they're not even. I wouldn't trust them with my dog. I wouldn't go on vacation and trust these people with my dog. And he knows, trust me, he knows probably more than we know. Because like I said, birds of a feather flock together. So he knows for sure what I said to y'all. And I'm going to say my opinion to cover me. But I already know what time it is. So I'm going to say in my opinion. But when they went in that house, they discovered he was already dead and somebody tried to start that fire to get rid of that evidence. That's why they're saying it's a homicide. They're saying it's a homicide. So it's really sad. But see, at the same time, Loyal is sad with him too. Because Loyal should have looked at it like, I already left trying to be a follower. So wherever he was at, because I'm trying to figure out, was it a house that Loyal was renting? Whose house was he found unalive in that they were trying to burn down? That the person left after they tried to burn the house down after they unalived him. Hold on, guys. Whose house was he in? That's the question. But I'm going to tell you something right quick. Mark my words. Whatever happened to Loyal, ain't going to take long for them to solve it. I can tell you that much. And I hope that Pisces celebrates that too. That they solved it fast. Just as fast as he celebrated that the boy was unalived. That goes to show they was over there perpetrating the fraud. Talking about love and unity and you Babylonians. And none of them liked each other over there. And Shaka wasn't lying. I'm quite sure low-key Shaka was probably getting all kind of you making up stories that ain't the truth. Because see, we only seen one thing, but behind closed doors, it was another story. The men was over there fighting each other, and the women was over there fighting each other. And some of them didn't like each other, but they had to pretend like they loved each other because of Nature Boy. And that's sad. That right there would have made me say, I can't stay over here because I don't like this person, and he ain't gonna make me like that person. So one of us gotta go. It's gonna be me because I can't pretend to like somebody that I don't like. Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the community, and when I take my little weeks off or month off, I don't miss out on nothing. I return to the same mess because people don't want to change. Because it's better to live in a lie than to live in the truth. Because the truth ceases and desists. A lie goes on and on and on and on. I wonder what happened to the laptop. Oh, Carla. Well, I'll tell you this much. None of us had. It says laptop. Let me read the rest of what you said, but then I'm gonna answer your question. They said he took with him. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. We know the money gone, but let me tell you this, Carla. Ain't none of us, because I'm quite sure, even the conspiracy channel, I'll say channel, that be on here for 5 and 6 hours, even when there's nothing going on, that's on here for 5 and 6 hours. If they recovered those laptops and hard drives from Loyal, we would have knew about it. So Loyal went to his grave with those. And you know what's so sad? That's funny you said that, Carla. And in a sick sort of way, Nature Boy's happy he's gone. Because now he ain't got to worry about it. I bet you wherever they unalived him at, whatever that red house that he was in, I don't think that they were in there. And they're probably not thinking about looking for him now anyways. Because they already got the time that they wanted. People don't understand. They already got the time they wanted out of Nature Boy. People don't get that. See, when you don't know the law, you think, oh, they're gonna lock Nature Boy. No, they're not gonna lock Nature Boy up and throw away the key. I'm gonna tell you that. And y'all gonna say, you right about that, SL? Not because I can foresee the future. No. I know people that have been in big trouble with the law. Criminals. You know, we all come from things. Let's put it like that. You know, but people, you can choose to get up here and tell your story, or you can choose to keep your mouth closed because it's your own business. But when you know the law, that don't mean you know the law in every state. But when you know the law, you sort of know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they got the time. If they couldn't get a sentence out of him, that's why they kept denying him bond. They was trying to get some time out of him. But yeah, they're gonna have to let him go. They're gonna have to let him go. Eventually, they're gonna have to give him. They're gonna have to get to the point where they cannot deny him bond. They'll give him a bond. He might not be able to make. And matter of fact, from my understanding, it's gonna have to be a bond he can make at this point. If you don't got enough evidence to hold him, and y'all are still trying to collect evidence, and y'all ain't did it within a certain amount of time, you gotta let him go. Even if he did do it. See, people don't understand. Nature Boy ain't no Charles Manson. Yeah, he's a demon. But he ain't no Charles Manson. Now, if he was a Charles Manson, that'd be a different story. He'd definitely be a threat. But he's not a Charles Manson, and they reminded him, you're not Charles Manson, sir. You're a black man trying to be something you're not. The love or whatever you were looking for when you was a kid, something went wrong, and now you're trying to destroy the world. The only one you're going to destroy is your own life, because see, what we will do if you keep it up, is we will lock you up and throw away the key. So what they're doing this time around, is they're scaring him. So they sat him down for a little while so he could think about what he did. But trust and believe, when he gets out, he gonna have to make money. He'll be on Big Go or one of these social media sites. He won't be on here acting no fool unless he gets a job in Babylon. And I don't think he would want nobody to see him in public at a job. As much trash as he talked about Babylonians working at McDonald's and Walmart and this and that and other. So he gonna have to. That's why it's good that he's in the good graces of Brandon Keys, because when he gets out, he can at least still get on Big Go and make some money. People are gonna pay him at the beginning, because they're just gonna want to see him. They're gonna want to hear how he sounds, what he looks like, what he's talking about, what he went through when he was in jail. Oh, he's gonna have a story to tell. And he'll probably be at the 3 million 10, get 30,000 for about a good 90 days. And then, you know what I'm saying, he might disappear for maybe a month or two. Because he know how to live off money, because he's cheap. Anytime you cuss out Aya for spending, I think, $40 at Rainbows on Malia, and Aya was the one in charge of the money. But he said go on like a shopping spree. And Aya went and bought herself something, or a couple of things, and Malia bought herself something, and he went off on Aya. And they was and come to find out, they was in Rainbows. I mean, how expensive is Rainbows clothes? Them cheap clothes. You can't even, if you was to take them clothes to the laundromat, to the dry cleaners, they would dry clean them, but the dry cleaner people look at you like you was crazy. Rainbows? Come on, stop it. I don't know. Forever 21 clothes? Come on now. How expensive are those clothes? So yeah, he'll live good off a good 90,000. But he's not gonna get out doing the same thing he was doing. Trust me. Cause look at what's her name, Mary Lynn. She had a beef with her mother and unalived her mother. And she ain't never gonna get out. We ain't heard from her yet either. Girl ain't getting out. She don't even see nothing wrong in what she did. Took her mother right up out this world. Everyone that gets around Nature, I believe that he does voodoo. Everyone that gets around Nature Boy, he puts a hex or something on him. It'd be a bad hit. It'd be a real bad hit, and it's really sad, but it is what it is. And people got to stop being followers and be leaders. And until people learn how to do that, we can sit there and feel sorry for them. But until they feel sorry for themselves, there ain't nothing we can do for them. You got to see it for yourself that, things ain't right. So, it is what it is. Hey, hello, sis. Miss K.A., how are you, sweetie? Yeah, but it's just crazy. I can't believe what happened to Loyal. And then when I found out that he was already in that house unalived before the fire, so that's sad about Loyal. It is, Miss. Yeah, that I was like, wow. It just when I heard that, when I read the article, it was just an eerie feeling that came across me. I just said, wow. So I said, whoever, and common sense just came to me. I said, whoever unalived him, if he was already in that house, gone, out this world, they were trying to get rid of the evidence. All I could say was, wow. Yeah, it's bad hit, man. You just never know who you could trust. And that's the problem with Carbonation. They always think everybody's their friend. Everybody got love for them. Like Velvet. She hopping to everybody's house. She's besties with them for what, a week or two, and then She has a fallout. And then she's somewhere else. You got to stop trusting people. People could be crazy. Serial killers have dungeons and stuff in their basement. Put you and your kids down there for 20 years. Nobody will be able to find you. You'd be lucky if you even make it out of that basement in even 20 years. Put too much trust into people. You got to put trust in God, into God, not man. Never put too much trust into man. Put trust into God. Where was he living at the time? I think it was Canada. Yeah, Canada or something. It said the name of where he was living, but I think that's Canada. It was Canada something. I know it was snow. I said, wow, they still getting snow? That's right. You got to put your trust into God and stop putting your trust, because man let you down all the time, honey. And when I say man, I'm talking about people, humans. God don't never let you down. You might pray for something and you don't get it when you want it, but you'll get it when he thinks you need it. When he thinks you need it. But he's always on time, and he never fails you. We only pray on him when we need him. We should pray on him when we don't need him. But it's sad. But listen, I'm getting up off here. Like I said, not Natureboy. YouTube is penalizing me, and I don't know who got their notification. It'd be nice if you could put a Y in the chat to let me know if you got your notification. I will definitely be on here tomorrow. But sometime when you take, you're not being consistent and you take time off a lot, you get shadow banned, and a lot of the percentage of the notifications that you normally would get to get, your regular audience don't come through. So because, YouTube don't send it through. So I got to get consistent. So I'll definitely be on here tomorrow. Don't worry about it. But when I get some more information on Jaguar, thank you, sweetie, for letting me know that you got your notification. Thank you, Summer Baby. I definitely will update you guys and stuff. But I ain't gonna be on here, holding y'all up and stuff. I just want to check in with y'all and let you know, my thoughts and what I found out about Loyal. And again, rest in peace, Loyal. It's kind of horrible how he had to go out. It's sad that somebody unalived him. And he wasn't even out the cult for a year, and somebody took him out this world, and then try to cover it up by burning the house down. But I'm glad that they were unsuccessful with doing that, and hopefully they catch the bandit. You too, you take care, sis. I hope they catch the bandit and put him in jail where he belongs. That's right. Rest in peace, Loyal. So y'all stay blessed. I love y'all, and I'm out. Mwah.